Now, that is exactly, you're right on time. And this is that video that talks about how to make your first million in the next 4 years. And guess what? Doesn't have to be 4 years, can be 2 years, can be 3 years, can even be 1 year, provided you apply the right strategy. Guess what? Everyone has this dream. I would like to be a millionaire and all those kind of things. And guess what? This is exactly for the next 15 minutes. I'm going to share that exactly what you can be able to do. And by the way, let's have a deal. I give you the substantive information and I'm going to make this video more practical than it is, what do you call it, the motivation thinking kind of view. Okay, go ahead and like the video, make sure that you subscribe, leave me a comment on the comment section, and guess what, at the end of this 15 minutes I'm gonna get your like and you're gonna get the information, because that is exactly what we do here. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you for your eyeballs. If you're watching me for the first time, this is good Joseph speaking. All right, let's get to the board. Okay, but before you do anything, you only need three things. Simple, three things. You have yourself a goal, you need a strategy, and you need to be consistent doing exactly that. As simple as that. And guess what happens now? See, a million shilling or a million bob is different from me, different from her, different from the other person. So it means this may appear as if a different language. If you talk to somebody who is earning 5,000 in a month, that may sound like a big mountain. If you talk this language to somebody who is earning 100, 200, 300, or 500,000, that is not really a big thing. So the question is, who are you watching this video? Is this video more of a practical thing to you, or a real, or a sort of a motivational thing, or what kind of that? Okay, now guess what happens now? What happens now, you start with a goal. And what is the goal? Goal is the million. Anyone can have the goal. And by the way, never forget this, there is a difference between a goal and a vision. A vision is when you operate on the basis of, one day I would like to have a million. You just say one day. When? You don't assign that one day with a specific date. Say in 2 years time, in 3 years time, in 5 years time, so that you can go back to, or you can go to your future, check out how you're gonna be in 5 years time, then come back to the present. Once you come to the present, then ask yourself, see, if my goal is to have a million shilling in 4 years time, and this is where I am now. For example, making this video in 2024, say you want to make this 1 million in 2028. Now you ask yourself, now what I'm doing right now with what I'm saving right now, can I actually use that as a vehicle to take me to that destination? And if yes, I can use it, will it reach to that destination? For example, let's be real. Let's say you're saving 5,000 in a month. Then you need to achieve this a million shilling in a period of 4 years. Honestly speaking, this will just be a motivational video. That may not happen. So the question is, should you change the goal, or should you adjust that what you're saving as of now? If they're not changing the goal, is to adjust what you're doing right now. So the question is, you change it to what? How do you improve you from saving this 5,000, for instance, to saving 10, 15, 20, or something of sort? All right. Now, let's be practical. So have the goal is when you define what you want at what particular period of time. Right? Now, once you do that, you come back to the present. Now, let's go to the second thing, so that you become a little bit practical, so that I show you how exactly you can do this now. The strategy is the second thing that you need to have. Strategy is simply asking yourself, what vehicle will it take me to that destination of 1 million? And what is it to me? Now, the strategy here, it determines or is defined by where you are. You start by where are you right now. This is the target, a million shilling. Where are you right now? Do you have any savings with you? Yes. How much do you have? Oh, I have 100,000 in my saving. Amazing. How much else do you have? Oh, I have 50. Oh, I have 300. Oh, I have 500. Ask yourself, where are you? Why? Because there are three situations where you can be. A, you can be either at the beginning of the journey of a million, all right? Or you can be somewhere in between. May not be at the half, but you're somewhere. Or you are closer to that million. Of course, the far you are from the destination, of course, the more effort you need to apply and more consistent you need to be and sacrifice for you to reach there. The closer you are, obviously, you need to apply effort and, of course, do exactly that thing that you're doing to reach you there. Now, after giving you that theory, let's now talk practical. Let's say you are an individual who is owning or earning 40,000 Kenyan shilling, or oh, you might be like, oh, Joseph, that is too much. I don't earn that. Let's say maybe you earn 25,000 Kenyan shilling. Okay, now that's what you earn. Now, there's something called recurrent expenditure. I've talked about that a million times, okay? I'm not going to discuss about it. So out of this 40,000 that you earn, how much goes for your recurrent expenditure? Those are the things that you pay for each and every month. You cannot shake them off, okay? Now, let's say after this 40, let's even say half of that goes towards those recurrent expenditure, or even say less 25,000 goes for that. And then you are left with only 15,000. Now, if you are left with 15,000, now the question is, if you save this amount of money for the next 12 months, that is 1 year, how much will you be having? See, if you save 15,000 in a period of 10 months, you have yourself 150K. If you have 150K, then plus the other two, you have 180,000 in a year. So if you multiply this by 4, definitely we are talking the language of 52, meaning around 520,000. And guess what? You are short by 480,000 Kenyan shilling to reach the target of 1 million. So if you're saving 15,000, I'm taking as an example of somebody who is earning 40,000, or if you're earning 25,000, say you're managing to save 10,000 out of this, you survive on 15. Therefore, it means an year you save yourself 120, multiply that by 4, you are around 480 or something of sort. You are short by 200, and you are short by whatever the thing is, you're not actually at the target. Now you ask yourself, what do I need to change in between now and the 4th year for me to reach this particular target? And now let me tell you one secret. If you want to achieve a big rate, because let me tell you one secret. There are 3 ways on how you can achieve this million. There is either what you call the slow method, there is a moderate method, and there is a fast method. And let me tell you one thing. If you go, let me just put that on the board. See, there are 3 ways on how you can achieve this, okay? A, you can do this in what we call the slow method, okay? This is basically when you save in this kind of a situation. But of course, we have seen you will not even achieve that if you go the slow method. Slow method is when you let the money work for you. Money works for you, yes, but money works for you at a slower rate. But when you work for the money, yes, time is engaged and you need a lot of it and you'll be able to achieve more. And then we have what we call the moderate rate. The moderate rate is the situation where you can actually combine, or you can actually do a business that is not really risky at that particular case. For example, back then I remember I used to buy goats. You can go to the auction near where they are selling goats. You buy the goats at the auction, then you partner with people who are butchering those goats, or they're selling them from, I don't know why, is it called abattoir, where we do the slaughtering and what have you. You connect from where you can buy to where you can sell. Then you can buy a goat at, I used to buy at around, say 3,000, 2,300 or 4,000. Let's say at 4,000. You buy at 4,000 plus the transport, you add another 500 there. So the goat reaches to the abattoir, say at 4,500. Okay, now you resell that goat, say at 6,000. You get yourself 1,500. That is a good business because it does not have a lot of moving parts. Let's say you grab your 50 goats and then you sell. So it is 50 multiplied by 15. Then you know you have your, say, 75,000. That is what you've made as a profit. And then you wait for another period. You go back there, you grab the thing and do the thing. Because let me tell you one secret. Achieving a saving of 1 million by just simply saving that money that you get, you will reach the target, it's true, but it's going to take you a lot of time. See, now that is kind of moderate way of achieving that specific goal. It's not that risky, but you can be able to do it. But it has some aspect of its riskiness, okay? And then we have what we call the fast method, okay? The fast method, of which I would highly recommend that you be very cautious, keen, and careful when you engage this, because obviously the higher the rate of the method, obviously the higher the risk it is involved. But now I will ask yourself, you can save your money for the first year. Say you're saving 15 Gs, that you get yourself 180,000. Do not let this money slip in the bank. Remember one thing, we have the eye on the 4th year. Do not let this money slip in the bank, and ask yourself, this money, say I put it in a money market fund. Just because I talk about money market fund all the time, but that is more of, yeah, it grows your money, but it grows your money at a slower rate. But if you take this 180,000 and ask yourself, okay, I can save this money. At the end of the year, we usually have the harvest season. The harvest season, I can actually buy some maize and be able to resell the maize at a particular amount of money. Or maybe I live in a place where I have a land at my disposal. I can actually buy several chickens, put it somewhere, and then I'm looking at it. You see, always get into a business with an exit plan. Always have an exit plan. For example, you can say, hey, this 180,000 is enough for me to go ahead and buy, maybe say a dispenser that will dispense water, pure and drinking water. Maybe I live in a place where we don't have good access of water. I buy it maybe say at 100. The rest of the 80,000 come up with the structure, then I'm into the business. And then I'm looking for, because I did pump in my 180,000, I'm looking at it from the point of, I get my 180,000, I get another 180,000, maybe times 3. I get 200% as a profit of what I invested. And then after that, whatever happens with the business, I don't care. By the way, did you know that you can misuse the business to get the money that you want and go to the next part? But the point you have is that you want to start the business and you probably want to grow with it. Always have the exit plan. But for me, I can start a business and I get what I want to get. After that period of time, whatever happens to the business, I'm okay. I got what I want. Remember one thing, we just need to reach a certain destination. For example, let me ask a question. For example, if you come from Kenya, I tell you, hey, let's walk up to Mombasa. Use all the means and any means that you have, and probably I don't give you money or I give you less, but let's reach in what? In Mombasa. Probably you can borrow for a lift or a ride. You can actually run. You can walk. You can spend, whichever the thing it is. Provided you reach to where you want, then you sleep, you wake up on the next day, you continue the journey. So what you do, you can actually misuse. Allow me to use this term in a very, very cautious way. You can misuse the business that you're having so that you can reach that destination. That's what we say. You can use what we call the fast method. And remember one thing, you don't need to do 10 things, even 2 things. You only need to do 1 thing for you to reach that particular situation. You know what they say? It takes only 1 thing to reach that destination as far as the money is concerned. We make money by specialization, but we safeguard it by diversification. That is exactly what we do. Look for a thing that you can be able to sell that can help you make that amount of money. It's as simple as that. For example, let's say you want to save something like 50,000 each and every month. If you save only 50,000 each and every month, it means you only need 20 months to do that. Now, ask yourself, what do I need to do for me to save the 50,000? Did you see that? So me saving 50,000 in a month, let's put that on the board. They say if you think it, you ink it. 50,000 in a month. If you divide that, you'll get yourself like approximately less than 2,000. Let's call it at around 1,700. Let's just call it 1,500, for example. Let's call it, I know it's less than 50, but let's just call it 1,500. Therefore, you need to make 1,500 in a day. So if you need to make 1,500 in a day, so the question is, what do I need to sell for me to make this 1,500 in a day? Let's say you are employed somewhere, but you have this 180,000 that you have saved somewhere. So you ask yourself, how can I use this 180,000 that I have to start something that I can be able to sell, be it a service or a product or a good that can make me, okay, allow me to think wide in this. Already there is amount of money that you are saving as we speak. So if you need to reach this destination in the next 20 months, then it means you need to save an X amount of money. For example, if we take 4 years, 4 times 12, that is 48 months. 48 months, if we need 20 months to save 50,000, we will get ourselves a million bob. Therefore, how about 40 months? If it's 40 months, we need to save 25,000. How about 48 months? We need less to save, let's say, 22,000 a month. 22,000 a month for us to reach that destination. Assuming we are not investing our money, we need 22,000. So the question should be, what exactly can I do to save 22,000? And if you are to divide this by 30, that will cost you less than 1,000. Is it less than 1,000? 1,000 per month, that would be 30,000. So it's less than 1,000. So therefore, per day, how much do you need to save? You only need to save, let's call it 900. Let's even call it 800. It's 800 Kenyan shilling per day. That's only what you need to save for the next 4 years for you to reach that 1 million. Now, the question should be, this 800 that I need to save per day, what can I sell? Let's say for now, you can be able to save this amount of money per month from the salary that you get. But now you manage to raise the 100,000. Now you ask yourself, yes, the salary is able to save me 800, but I want to hasten this period. I want to make sure that this amount of money that I'm saving, I'm not so much squeezing myself. Then how can I use this 100,000 that I have? I sell something that can make me, let's say, half of this, just only 400 Kenyan shilling. So if I only need to save 400 in a day, what can I sell in a day that will make me this amount of money? And then you ask yourself this way, if I can sell a something for 10 shilling only, I need 400 people for me to get my 400. You can sell something worth, let's say, 40 shilling, I only need 10 people to buy my product and get my 400. If I'm selling something for only 100 shilling, then I need 4 people only to sell that product and I get my 400. Then that 400 plus that what I'm saving from my salary, then you add that is 800 for the next 4 years, I'm get myself a million. But the question is this money, you're not putting it idle, you're putting it in an investment. Therefore, if you were to save this amount of money continuously in a day, definitely you're gonna reach your 1 million even before this period of time. And if you go by the 4 years, definitely you're gonna get more than that amount of money. That is exactly how you do it. What did I say? First, you start by asking yourself, how much do I earn for now? Let's say you earn 30,000. Out of the 30,000 that you're earning, I'm able to save 10,000 in a month, but you need to save 22,000 in a month. Therefore, you need an extra of 12,000 for you to add to the existing 10,000 for you to reach that amount of money called 22,000. For the next 4 years, you have yourself a million. Now, you have a short of 12. Now, how do you raise the 12? Now, take the 12, divide it by 30. You ask yourself, how much is it practically? Practically, you take 12 divided by 30. That's like 5,000, not less than 5,000. That's 400. Goes back to our 400. 400, how do you raise this amount of money? Therefore, first of all, save that what you have. See, when you do not have the money, you use what? You use your energy and the time. You leverage on it. And once you get the money now, you ask yourself, how can I use the money that I'm having and also the time and the skill that I'm trading? I combine the two and I can thrust myself toward achieving that specific goal. And that is exactly how you reach the destination of 1 million. I will tell you, it is easier said than done. I 100% agree with it. I never said it is easier done than said. All what you need to do is to have the goal, have the strategy, get the consistency. And guess what? You, at the end of the time, you're going to end up with the money, you're going to end up with the character, and you're going to end up with what we call that habit that you need to actually propagate yourself to the next level. Whatever happens above 1 million, we don't even need to know that, because the moment you clock this amount of money, I'm telling you, getting the second one, you don't need this period of time. That's for sure. For those who have such already, they can attest to that. And that's good Joseph submission. Tell me on the comment section, did you get something on this video? And those who have it, how exactly did you achieve that? By the way, did you close a single deal and you got everything? Or were you consistency to that specific thing? And I'm going to share mine as the time goes by. For now, it's a goodbye. But never forget, you can always get that number of mine from the description of this specific video. Shoot me a call. Let's have a discussion, because, hey, they say what? The moment you stop talking, guess what happens? We start fighting. And by the way, I do have booklets on investments. You can get any copy for only 280 Kenyan shilling. That number of mine is on the description of this specific video. But now it's a goodbye. See you in the next one.